Okay, so I'll start now, and in Bama, you can just help people if anyone has difficulties joining the event while I'm speaking. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the third Impact Investor E-pitching event of the 4IP Group and Impactpreneur Africa Limited Geneva-Lusaka Series under the theme Improving Access to Capital for SMEs in Africa. The 4IP Group and Impactpreneur Africa Limited E-pitching Platform is based on the fact that 4IP Group is based in Geneva, Switzerland, the world's premier impact investing hub, and Impactpreneur Africa Limited is based in Lusaka, Zambia, on the African continent. The idea behind this and forthcoming quarterly e-pitching session is to bring these two communities, that is the global north and the global south, together by sharing vetted impact investing opportunities in Africa, which we have sourced through our close collaboration with African market enablers. In today's case, we have joined forces with Kinshasa Innovation Center, supported by the Swiss-DRC Chamber of Commerce, TrueMaisha from Salaam in Tanzania, as well as the 5 Nigerian market enablers who we presented last Tuesday. 4IP Group, as an intermediary service provider, is an integral part of the impact investing ecosystem in Switzerland, where I'm personally a member of the Swiss Impact Investing Association's board, while also being closely involved in the global steering group for impact investing. The aim of the quarterly e-pitching series is to increase the flow of impact capital to African impact enterprises, some of which have transitioned to this status through the adoption of the 4IP Group ESG toolkit, which I briefly presented during the Tuesday session. By attending today's event, the impact investors present will get an opportunity to listen to a pipeline of investment-ready impact enterprises located in both Western, Eastern, and Southern Africa. 4IP Group is hosting a series of virtual e-pitching live sessions, each time jointly with the market enablers, that is the accelerators, who have been featured in our webinar devoted to the role of market enablers within the impact investing ecosystem. Each market enabler has selected one or two of the graduating entrepreneurs from their accelerator program. The featured companies today will pitch directly to impact investors in our network who have an interest and experience in investment opportunities in Africa. In preparation of our future e-pitching events, we are in parallel organizing both our Impact Investor Circle series with the relevant impact investor ecosystem stakeholders, as well as providing our ESG toolkit for both traditional enterprises wishing to transition to become impact enterprises, as well as African-based venture capital funds and pension funds wishing to embrace both the tech and impact revolution. Finally, as was the case last Tuesday, and as will be the case today and in future Impact Investor Circle events, we are using the EndNest platform, which we hope will become the home of Africa's impact enterprises. David Franson, the CEO of EndNest, who presented the platform last Tuesday, is with us today, so feel free to reach out to him directly in the chat box if you wish to become a member of EndNest. Let me quickly present the house rule. Please turn off your microphones whenever you are not speaking throughout the entire event in order not to disturb the speakers and the listeners. During the Q&A, remember to introduce yourself by name and affiliation and keep the questions short. And please do feel free to use the chat box to raise questions. Okay, so today's agenda is structured as follows. After this short introduction, we will jump straight into the pitching of nine innovative companies. As you can see from the slide, the market enablers behind the company is highlighted in bold, and they will be given an opportunity to make a 1-minute short introduction to the company pitching, after which the company has exactly 5 minutes and not more to present the description of the solution, the management team, the traction, and how much capital the company is raising in either private equity or private debt or both. Then there will be a 2 to 3 minutes to raise 1 or 2 burning questions from the investors present before we move on to the next pitch. At the end of the 9 pitches, there will then be another opportunity for all the investors present to ask a few questions targeted to one of the presenting companies. And at the very end, if we still are within the time plan, there will be also an opportunity for a short exchange with the other non-investors attending the event. The event ends with a few concluding remarks regarding the next steps for participants and investors, as well as the next Impact Investor Circle event next quarter. Okay, so the first company is Mbisi Moloni in the sector aquaponics. It's a Congolese company. So we have allowed the founder to present, make his pitch in French. Richard from the Kinshasa Innovation Center, would you like to say a few words before the founder, he will start his pitch? Richard, I don't know if Richard is already there. He's not there yet. Is the founder, is he there? Il est pas là? Pas encore. Okay. They will come in afterwards. So we'll go on to the next presentation. So the next company is Usom Bugebke Global Ventures Limited within the sector solar drying facility based in Nigeria, and they have received acceleration capacity building by Clean Technology Hub. Will someone from the Clean Technology Hub wish to present the company before the pitch? Shisom Ude Muse, are you there? Shisom? Okay. Person is not there yet. I don't know why. Okay, so well, we'll go on to the next one. They can come in afterwards in the interest of time. So let me just quickly, so we know where we are. Okay, so the third company is Plethora Farms. It's a female-led business to customer startup, also based in Nigeria, received training by Welcome to Africa International. Will someone from Welcome to Africa International briefly present the company before the founder will start the pitching? Anyone from the company present? Not yet. I hope that they don't have any problems, David, accessing the platform. I can't see that now, so I'll go back and check that during the first presentation. Okay. This is the first time we have this e-pitching and using EndNest, so there could maybe be some problems accessing. So let's just, in interest of time, move on to company 4. Company 4 is Supramat Limited within irrigation system, also based in Nigeria, trained by Welcome to Africa International. Will someone from Africa Welcome to Africa present the company before the pitch? Okay, people. Okay, there I see someone from Osu. Okay, let me go back to that company. Let me share the screen again. Sorry about that. We're all learning to maneuver the EndNest, David. Okay, so I could see that someone from the Usumum Global Venture Limited is the founder with us, and someone from Clean Technology Hub.
Yes, we have somebody here, but I see that you are on mute from the presenting company. If you could please, yeah, there you go.
Okay. Hello,
yes,
everyone.
Okay.
Okay, so you can share your slides on the screen. You have 5 minutes as soon as you have uploaded your slides.
I think he's on mobile, so it might be, I'm not sure if it's possible for if you have your slides on your mobile as well, but otherwise maybe just present it verbally in that case.
Please go ahead.
Okay,
You
yes,
have
I'm
5 minutes.
on. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Eugene Oshomoegbe, and I'm the founder of Oshomoegbe Global Ventures. Our company is into rendering of solar dry services to smallholder farmers, particularly in rural communities. These farmers are into products, they are into cultivation of products like tomatoes, pepper, onions, and fruits. So our main goal is to see how we can help these farmers to process their products and ensure that they experience little to no post-harvest losses of these products. So most of the time, what we do is we have a solar drying center, so they can bring these products to our center and we dry it for them at a specific fee. And this center is operated by myself and three of my other team members who are all females because we believe in women empowerment. So women work in our centers; they are the ones in charge of operating the machines and drying the products for these farmers. Um, our target customers majorly are the smallholder farmers, household as well, and large agro processing companies who use these products for their who use these products for producing some of their products that they sell in the market. So the target market that we have so far are over 100,000 smallholder farmers, and we hope to capture this market over the next 5 years. While our overall market is the total market that we have, addressable market is 37.5 million smallholder farmers here in Nigeria. So the SDGs that we are targeting and solving currently are SDG 1, SDG 2, SDG 3, SDG 7, and SDG 13. Thank you.
Okay, that was very fast. So you're still within your 5 minutes. So are there any of the investors present who would want to raise one or two questions before we move on to the next slide, the next pitch, sorry?
Yes, hello, good afternoon. Thank you for your presentation. Did you mention also how much you are now looking to raise?
Okay, currently I'm looking to raise a 300,000 US dollars. Already I've been able to raise 100,000 US dollars over the last 2 years because we started our operations in 2018. And when we started our operations, we were just into sales of the solar dryers itself. But now we now realize that there's a larger market for us whereby we can be able to get these products from the farmers, dry it for them, and also connect them to the markets to sell these products. And we noticed that it was a huge market. And currently, with the capacity that we have, we're able to dry up to 5 metric tons within the space of 3 days. And we realized that that is not still even enough because the number of farmers we even have that we're dealing with, over 350 of them now. Notice that the center that we're operating on is quite small, so we want to expand our operations. So the 300,000 US dollars that we're asking for, 60% of these funds will go into increasing the number of machines that we have, and another 10% of the funds will go into our marketing campaigns. We'll take another 10% of these funds also to work on our delivery services. Then the last percentage of this fund, which is the 20%, we go into sourcing for our staffs to increase our manpower for our operations. Thank you.
What are the key differentiating features of your product? Are there any other competitors providing similar services for the smallholder farmers in Nigeria?
Yes, there are, but many of our competitors now, what they do is the machines that they operate with, they are imported machines, and as such, some of the capacity of these machines that they work with cannot be able to meet the required demands that we have on ground. The what's it called now? The advantage we have over them is while theirs is powered using electricity, ours is powered using renewable energy. We operate strictly on solar, and the machines as we what's it called? We fabricate our machines locally, so we don't import. And thirdly, in terms of speed, our machines drive faster. But our largest competitors are the people that rent out lands to these farmers to dry their products on open field. So when you talk about the aspect of hygiene, the aspect of quality, and the aspect of taste, you realize that that is really a problem because they try it in an open field. But we, using our own solution, will be able to deal with this. As our machines are locally fabricated, they are affordable, and the quality, the taste, and the texture of the product remain the same before and after drying. Thank you.
Any other questions from investors present? Can you briefly tell us if we invest 500,000 into the company, how big a share of the company will we get in terms of the market valuation of the company?
Okay, if we invest 500,000 into the company, because currently the company itself is valuated at a $1 million. That's the value of the company itself. In terms of what it's worth, both physical assets and intellectual assets that the company has as well. So for a fee of $500,000, we are ready to spare 10% equity of the company. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for providing us with this great overview of the Usum Global Ventures based in Nigeria and trained by the Clean Technology Hub. Do we have the MBC Moloni from DRC? Est-ce que vous êtes là pour présenter avec Richard? No? Okay, so we'll go to the third company. Is the founder of Plethora Farms present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so I don't know if the Welcome to Africa International would want to introduce you by 1 minute before you start the pitch. If not, you can go ahead with your 5-minute pitch.
Okay.
And feel free to share your slides.
Okay.
Yes, I have just now granted you moderator rights as well. So in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you should see a little screen icon. If you first click on that, you will see a pop-up. And in the pop-up, there will be a red button that you just have to click, and then it should take over your screen.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Opeolua Fayomi. I'm the co-founder of Plethora Agro-Allied Global Limited, operating also as Plethora Farms. We've been in existence since 2014 as a small-scale agricultural company, and since then we've transitioned into production of poultry birds and also working with smallholder farmers. We're looking for the sum of $500,000, which is going to split into working capital for smallholder farmers, and also creating a cold storage system and logistics to offtake and transport the breads that they are going to be producing. The challenges that we're trying to solve for the smallholder farmers is majorly four things that I've listed here: lack of access to quality inputs, limited information on best global practices, lack of access to finance, and lack of traceability, which raises health concerns for consumers. And for this, we are trying to work. We have been working with to build strategic partnerships with key input distributors and producers, because we realize that there are a lot of loss that is being incurred from farmers, especially the ones that are doing small number of birds from 1,000 downwards, because they're not able to access quality input. We also want to create an advisory service for and the frequent training that's going to bring farmers up to speed with the best and industry global practices. This is going to put a preference to nutrition and the quality of breads that they are going to be producing. And by doing this, we're also able to have a robust outgrower scheme that's going to provide in-kind loan to the poultry farmers. For the traceability, which is becoming a major thing now because of the kind of market that we're dealing with, we want to adopt a sophisticated model that incorporates supply chain management and ensures traceability, so that off takers and those who are buying our processed breads will be able to know how we are sourcing for these birds and what actually goes into the production of the birds. The reason why this is very important to us and it is much needed now is because we have a statistics of over 50% of farmers that had to stop production due to the inability to keep up with the rising cost of production last year alone. And coming from 2020, then increased even in 2021. We have things like cost of feed going for increasing to almost about 115% in cost. And so many farmers reduced, stopped producing, or those who were could do like 2 to 3 cycles in a year can only afford to do one. So we want to position ourselves to be able to empower farmers to fill in this gap at this point in time. A little about our company is how we transitioned, and I'll dwell more on the part of the market perfection, which we started in 2020. We started building a platform for farm to table, and that's when we started working with farmers really by giving them in-kind loans for production. We also did secured purchasing contracts, because one of the things we're also doing is to provide a guaranteed market. Farmers in this category that we want to attend to are the least, they fall to the exploitation of middlemen. And so we are providing guaranteed markets for them where they can sell their birds at the value of processed birds, which increases their profits. A 5 year social impact roadmap for us is to increase the number, because we have our own commercial farm, but going to a ratio of 20 to 80%. 80% of our production will be borne by smallholder farmers. We're going to increase the number of farmers we're working with from 20 at the moment to 200 with these funds, with preference to women and youth. And you can see how this actually grows and increases in the year. From year 4 to year 5, we project that we would have started exporting, taking advantage of the after agreement in Africa at the moment to export to neighboring countries that we know that this demand is evident. The benefits to these farmers will be to increase the number of cycles. The average farmer does about 2 to 3 cycles in a year. We will be able to give them inputs that can guarantee them to produce to up to 7 cycles in a year. And of course, this increases their productivity and profitability by more than 100%. This guaranteed market that we're providing for them, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be devoid of middlemen, interference, and exploitation, so that they're not pressed to sell their products at loss to middlemen. And the advisory service will grant them access to information and latest industry practices. A little about our operation model is the fact that we've secured uh, contracts with major and reputable companies in the country. And the idea is to actually to rear these chickens, have the farmers rear the chickens from week 1 to week 6, and between the specification that we have been given. And here we have a table of our profitability margin increasing from 14.5% to 15.2, and then by the fifth year we are 25.7. Lastly, this is just we have some very qualified people in our team, led by myself. We have our production manager with more than 7 years experience, in animal production. He manages the farm, and we have Martin, who is our supply chain management staff. He's very passionate about smallholder farmers, and he's actually the one developing our smallholder empowerment scheme. We have Kingsley, who is also a sales manager, works directly with our off-takers and ensures that we get the specification right, and the delivery and the chain of distribution is accurate. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this interesting presentation. You talked about the fact that you have an extensive distribution chain based on a vast network of local and local supermarkets. Are you working with any regional or supermarkets, and is it through those supermarkets you
Yes,
plan to enter the neighboring regional countries?
Yes, we are working with regional supermarkets at the moment. We have one of the fastest growing food restaurants as one of our off takers. Last year, they recently opened their 200 store in the country, and we have an opportunity to actually, because we are based in northern Nigeria, we have an opportunity to actually supply for their northern stores, in which they plan to expand and increase the number of stores, even in the states. So what we want to do is to use our relationship with the supply stores not the restaurants now, to enter the neighboring markets. We've even started making our investigations and research to neighboring countries like Chad and Niger, to work with some of the people there who are giving us a good information on how we can work with them and enter the country.
Okay, thanks a lot. Any last one burning questions for any of the investors present? Okay, if that's not the case, thank you so much. We'll move on to the next presentation. Where do we have it? Oh, okay. So the next company is Supromart Limited. It's an irrigation system presented by Welcome to Africa International. Are the founder present and ready to present?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you have 5 minutes starting now.
Okay.
If you can upload your slides.
I've not seen where to upload the slides.
I have just now also made you moderator. So I see you're on mobile, I believe. So I believe that if you click once on the screen, you should see a number of options appear. One of those options will be the icon of a screen. And if you click that, that should guide you through the process of being able to share your slides. But I think it's a little bit different on mobile. If you struggle with the screen sharing, then yeah, I'm seeing something being loaded here. Yeah, perfect. And then you can go to your other to your slides now on your phone.
Okay, I'm still not getting it. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen. So we see that now something with Phoenix is opening up. I believe this will be the slides. Yes, it's a little small. Perhaps you can go into sort of full. Yeah, but now it's rotated. There, perfect. Yes, over to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Akim Omotayo. Alongside, I have Olumegonike, who is also a co-founder of the company. So what we started with was we just wanted to trade in agricultural products from northern side of Nigeria, where we have a lot of product, down to the south, where we have very few product, just for sales. We started with that in 2020, but by spending more time with the farmers, we noticed a lot of them have used
I believe we may have lost Akim. Maybe it's a internet connectivity issue. I think he's back now. Yes, hello.
okay, it
Akim.
locked.
We can still see your
Yes.
screen, so you may return to the presentation slides and continue.
Okay, the screen is saying validating. Should I just go ahead?
Yeah, you can just return to the other screen with the presentation and just ignore this. We can see your screen still.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So that is the background behind it. So by spending more time with the farmers, knowing that they are using GMOs and all of these chemicals and all of this. So what we did, oh, sorry, there was an echo.
Please continue. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, everything that I'm saying back to my ears. But just to continue. So by time, I'm finding out. So we started by coming up with technology that could actually solve this problem. So now two of their biggest issues were pests. A lot of these farmers, for example, the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, have actually stated that get lost due to pests. And their biggest pest problem was birds. So for us, it was for us to come up with the technology. So we came up with a technology that could solve problems of rice, especially birds. And we have an optimized problem for that. So the solution that we have is an embedded system solution alongside with a web platform. What it does is that what we have one of these device in the farmlands, whenever any of these pests, especially birds and also other, this is actually variants that have been recognized, whenever it is coming close to this farmland, we use a form of sound that actually pushes them away. So this sound is what does the job, but
Yeah, I think we've lost Akim again. I see he has the gray icon, so that does tell me that his connection has been lost. So I think, Christian, perhaps we should move on to
Sure.
the next presentation, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So the fifth company is called Phi Limited. It's in manufacturing and also based in Nigeria. They received the training by SME.ng. Is the founder there and someone from SME.ng want to introduce the company before? Mbamo, if you can just check their emails, because I received an email half an hour before the event that they had some difficulties accessing. So Mbamo, if you can just check to see if they have challenges accessing the event. While we are looking to solve that problem, let's go on to a different kind of project called the AquaSun Santo Antao project. It's within agribusiness development in Cape Verde. Jeremy and Yannick, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, great. I'll stop sharing the screen so you can share your slides.
Can you see? I'm trying to put up my camera, but it's not working. But that's fine. I will just share my
No,
screen.
that's fine. Yannick, are you able to share your screen? Otherwise, David can help you.
Share. Yeah. Select the window. How do I select the window?
Just click on the I want to share a website, and then click on continue, and then it will share your entire screen.
Okay, I share a website. Okay, I need to go back then.
Yeah, just exactly. Yeah, just keep it on the base option, and then click on continue, and it should be fine.
Share my website. Okay,
yes.
Can you see the first screen? Can you see the first screen?
Not yet. Did you click on continue also?
Yes, I did. One sec. I did. Let me do. I want to share my website. Continue. Is that one?
And then, all right, and then you within the entire screen pop-up, you need to click on your click under entire screen, and then click share.
Entire screen. I cannot see anything. Okay, let me go back again. So when I click continue, nothing else appears for some reason. What is going on? Okay. Is that because I'm using two screens? Let me see.
Yeah, maybe then you have the ability on your other screen. Yes.
Okay, I'll do that again. Continue. But that, come on.
Yes, I think also maybe just in the meantime, while Yannick tries to figure this out, I think this is also all of the speakers feel free to share your presentations either with Christian or with myself, and we can of course upload then those files into the event so that all of the participants are able to review the presentations also on their own time after the event. So if you are also wondering about a particular presentation, then don't worry, because through the event itself, you'll be able to get access to all of the speakers and the participants and the slides. So,
I just
Yannick, yeah.
I just disconnected one screen to see if I can. So you cannot see anything. The thing is, after I press continue, nothing else appears.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I think we'll need to look into this perhaps after the call, so that for a further event we can get this fixed for you, Yannick. But I'd like then to suggest that you, if possible, do your presentation without slides at this stage, in the interest of time.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much for the invitation. So I'm Yannick Teixeira. I am the CEO of the company Brand Engineering Solutions. It is a company based in the UK, and we are the developers of the AquaSun project in Cape Verde Islands. Basically, AquaSun project is an integrated solar, battery storage, desalination, and agriculture project. So Cape Verde is a country that is located in West Africa. So 500 kilometers west of Senegal is an archipelago on the Sahel region. And it is a country that suffers with drought, long seasons of drought. And it's a country that hasn't been raining for a few years. And every year is becoming worse. More than 60% of the population lives on the rural areas. And about 30% of this of the population relies on agriculture, which is not a sustainable activity. So Cape Verde as a country that doesn't produce much from agriculture, imports more than 90% of all the foods it consumes. It represents around 500 million euros market every year. And therefore, the balance of trade weighs a lot on the importation side. So we have put together a solution to use desalinated water for farming exclusively by using energy, renewable energy, because desalination is a technology that consumes a lot of power. And to make the water affordable for agriculture, we had to use 90% renewable energy capabilities to produce water at a cost that makes farming reliable and feasible. Therefore, we put together a vertically integrated infrastructure project. It is a greenfield project at this stage. We are looking for 2.5 million euros in investment on the equity side that we can complete the first stage of the project, which is part of a program of around 40 million euros in total for the first island. This is a project that has a support on the debt side by the Emerging Africa Infrastructure Fund, and it will create the first stage 30 jobs, and at the long run more than 100 jobs across the farmers and other activities in the agro-industrial center. So we will have offtake agreements with the market, the wholesale distributors, that we can affordably sell goods into the national market, and that can be put into the local market. So this is a project that has been supported by the government, institutional support, and also it will have a very strong ESG impact, providing a lot of jobs on the rural areas and taking families out of poverty. The project returns, we are expecting around 50% equity IRR return across the life cycle of the project. And also, we would like to make this project replicable in other places in Africa as well, with similar environmental conditions. As this is a greenfield project, and we know some investors don't take the construction risks, we are also assessing some future commitments that we can raise equity, bridge equity to start construction of the first phase, to do a proof of concept for the first stage of the project, and then scale up to the bigger ticket size. In terms of the risks, most of the risks have been mitigated through the usage of renewable energy to produce water, because water is the highest risk on agriculture. Also, we are using shade houses and greenhouses with controlled environments to avoid pests and other type of diseases that can come through the wind dust that comes from the West Africa region. And we will be using liquid fertilizer to do a completely organic, ecological farming without any pesticides. So thank you very much for your time. This is Yannick Teixeira from Brine Engineering Solutions, and I hope you could understand the questions. Sorry, the presentation, because the slide would show a lot.
Thank you so much, Yannick, and sorry for the technical issues regarding uploading your presentation on the platform. The presentation will be uploaded on the event platform afterwards and shared with investors, those who are not present. Just one question: could you, from your presentation, regarding better return should be expected for the second phase of the project after project's optimization? Could you please elaborate a little bit on this and how this will benefit an early equity investor coming into the project?
Yes, basically because the project has a very heavy infrastructure size. It means that we would be able to optimize the infrastructure across the piping systems and electric network and everything that we are doing in our microgrid. That we could optimize it to reduce the cost of the project and then have a higher return. So basically, because this is a pilot project, we cannot optimize at fullest the capacity of the project, and therefore the return will be slightly lower compared to when we do the biggest. As economy of scale, you would understand, as economy of scale, we could optimize infrastructures.
Okay. And then maybe a question regarding the current situation. So from the risk analysis, the current crisis, both related to COVID, but also the war in Ukraine, will that have any implications for the commercial market or social risk of this project?
Yes, actually, it will benefit the project, considering that at the moment costs are increasing in Cape Verde in terms of foodstuff importation. And at the moment, what has affected the project is the increasing costs for construction. But on the long run, because the food market is having impact on costs, it means that as we start operating, our food prices will be stable across a long period. It will benefit that we can sell producers into the market at a lower price than importation costs. So inflation is increasing in Cape Verde, which also will benefit the project in the future with the sales revenue.
Okay. Any other questions from the investors who are there? Any burning question? I understood from an email that I got from the Kinshasa Innovation Center that the first speaker should be there. So let's go back. Vous êtes là, le fondateur de MBC Moloni, vous êtes là? Vous m'entendez?
Hi, Christian.
Yeah.
I did also see in the chat a message from Adenike. I'm not sure, Adenike, if you are from this organization.
Oui, je suis là. Je suis là.
Ah, d'accord. Ok,
Ah.
allez-y. Vous avez 5 minutes pour présenter votre présentation. Allez-y, et si vous pouvez partager votre présentation sur l'écran. And just for the other ones here, the presenter, the founder, he's from a company located in Kinshasa in Congo DRC. And we have granted him the opportunity to do his presentation in French. So please bear with us for the next 5 minutes for those of you who do not have French language skills. So allez-y, vous êtes prêts, Cécile?
Je ne sais pas comment procéder pour partager l'écran.
David, he doesn't know how to.
Ah oui, c'est Cléo avec qui je parle maintenant?
Oui, c'est Cléo.
Oui, bonjour Cléo. Dans le coin en bas à gauche, vous êtes sur ordinateur ou sur téléphone portable?
Sur ordinateur, oui.
Sur ordinateur. Ok, dans le coin en bas à gauche, vous verrez un écran.
Ok.
Si vous appuyez là-dessus, et puis après, vous appuyez sur le
Ok.
bouton rouge.
Ok.
Et puis après, encore une fois, en dessous, où
Ok.
c'est marqué Entire Screen, et pour finir sur le bouton où c'est marqué Share.
Là, je vois partager l'audio du système. Ah, voilà, c'est bon, c'est bon. Ok.
Oui, on voit votre
Je
écran.
pense que c'est bon.
Allez-y. Oui,
Très
c'est
bien.
bon. Allez-y.
Allez, vous avez 5 minutes.
Voilà, merci beaucoup pour l'opportunité que vous accordez également à la RDC, qu'on représente via les projets Mbisi Moloni. Le projet Mbisi Moloni fait référence à l'aquaponie, qui est déjà pratiquée dans le monde, mais qui aujourd'hui est pour nous une opportunité afin de pouvoir donner des aliments ou réduire l'insécurité alimentaire dans les milieux urbains. Alors, comment ça se passe avec les projets Mbisi Moloni? Avec Mbisi Moloni, nous avons déjà commencé à mettre en place les prototypes aquaponiques et les systèmes fonctionnent très bien dans notre pays. Maintenant, ce que nous visons, c'est de passer à grande échelle, tout en développant des grandes fermes urbaines qui pourront pallier aux problèmes liés à l'insécurité alimentaire qui est accentuée par la pression démographique. Les gens n'ont pas de place pour cultiver en milieu urbain. On lotit partout, on construit partout, si bien que dans les jours qui suivent, l'agriculture urbaine sera de plus en plus réduite. Et il y a aussi un problème d'importation. J'ai du mal à défiler mon écran. Je ne sais pas.
David, pour qu'il change le slide.
J'ai des soucis pour défiler.
Oui, Cléo, je crois que si vous pouvez retourner sur l'écran de l'appel et puis arrêter votre partagement d'écran et recommencer parce que au début, quand vous appuyez sur l'écran en bas à gauche, il faut que c'est bien marqué I want to share website quand vous appuyez sur continue. Oui.
Ok.
Et après, au prochain endroit, que vous appuyez, oui, c'est difficile d'expliquer, que ça doit être entire screen qui doit être. Voilà, maintenant je crois que ça fonctionnera. Donc, si vous retournez maintenant sur votre présentation, je crois que ça va marcher.
Ok. Bon, et du coup, je pense que je pourrais expliquer facilement à travers cette vidéo. Voilà. Voilà. Je pense que vous suivez la vidéo.
Oui, oui, allez-y.
Oui, ça on voit.
Elle est visible la vidéo?
Oui.
Voilà. C'est ce que j'étais en train d'expliquer. Il y a un problème lié à l'agriculture. Vous pouvez voir comment les gens cultivent en milieu urbain. Et voilà, il y a un problème d'explosion démographique. Et les agriculteurs sont souvent pauvres et ne parviennent pas à subvenir à leurs besoins parce que ici, l'agriculture est utilisée de façon subsidiaire au lieu d'être une ressource financière. On a aussi un problème d'importation. On importe tout, même les déchets. Vous avez les croupions de dinde, vous avez des cuisses, vous avez des chinchards. C'est ça l'aliment de base pour la population à Kinshasa et aussi dans les grandes agglomérations de la RDC. Et cela est dû au problème où nous ne parvenons pas à produire suffisamment les protéines d'origine animale. Nous avons trouvé avec Mbisi Moloni qu'à travers la production des poissons, cette fois-ci à côté des consommateurs, pourra résoudre à cette situation. Alors, comment fonctionne Mbisi Moloni? Mbisi Moloni, c'est de l'aquaponie d'abord, comme j'ai bien expliqué. L'aquaponie se pratique dans le sens où vous avez la production des poissons dans ces bassins. Les poissons produisent la déjection qui est aspergée sur ces bassins où l'on cultive des légumes sans utiliser les sols. Du coup, comme en milieu urbain, les sols ou les terrains pour l'agriculture sont de plus en plus menacés par l'explosion démographique, nous pensons que l'aquaponie, comme l'aquaponie n'utilise pas les sols, c'est vraiment une très grande solution, non seulement pour la RDC, mais pour d'autres pays de l'Afrique. Pourquoi d'ailleurs qui rencontrent ces mêmes problèmes. Alors voilà, nous avons déjà testé la production à petite échelle. Ça a marché très bien. Nous avons tous les résultats possibles qui nous montrent que du côté financier, notre projet est très rentable parce que vous avez non seulement la production des légumes, mais aussi la production des poissons. Et les légumes qui viennent ici compléter du côté production bio, parce que ce sont des légumes qui sont 100% biologiques. On n'ajoute même pas d'engrais, même pas de pesticides chimiques. On n'arrose pas. On n'a pas trop de temps pour prendre le temps de labour et tout. Tout s'est fait par les efforts que nous offrent nos poissons qui sont en élevage. Donc, c'est un projet qui est très rentable. Et du côté besoin en investissement, dans notre bilan, si je peux momentanément mettre en pause la vidéo, du côté bilan, nous avons un bilan qui est très très positif, dans le sens qu'il est d'abord équilibré et du coup, il répond presque aux besoins financiers que nous sommes en train de chercher pour relancer à grande échelle l'activité. Alors là, je vous présente les tableaux bilan du projet. Je pense que vous les voyez avec moi, s'il vous plaît.
Oui, c'est bon.
Voilà. Alors, du côté actif, nous avons les besoins en financement qui va à 260 000 $. Ça, c'est tout justement pour nous aider à pouvoir réunir les matériels que nous avons besoin afin de passer à grande échelle. Nous avons également les valeurs circulantes qui vont à 24 100 $. Et nous avons également essayé de mesurer au niveau de la trésorerie pour pouvoir équilibrer notre bilan. Et la trésorerie qui allait jusqu'à 13 199 $. Par rapport aux sources de financement, nous avons 279 000 $ qui font référence notamment à notre apport personnel, mais aussi l'apport personnel qui va à 19 300 $. Et les subventions que nous cherchons, qui vont à 260 000. Donc, c'est un peu ce qui représente notre bilan, qui devient de plus en plus bien équilibré. Et comme on peut bien le voir dans les plans financiers, les projets, c'est-à-dire un projet qui est assez rentable dans le sens que si on nous remet $1, on est à mesure de produire $2. C'est-à-dire que c'est un projet qui soit assez rentable déjà à partir d'une année et quelques mois. Et nous aurons non seulement créé de l'emploi, mais nous aurons également nourri notre population Et pourquoi
Ok,
pas
c'est
aussi
très bien, Cécile, parce que
une
les
solution qui
5 minutes
soit
sont
assez
passées.
durable du côté gestion de l'environnement, dans le sens qu'on va réduire sensiblement la pression démographique sur,
Cécile, si tu peux juste conclure en disant, vous cherchez quoi exactement? Vous cherchez un prêt ou vous
oui, oui,
cherchez
je vous écoute. Oui.
d'investissement? Vous cherchez un equity investment ou un prêt? Et qu'est-ce que vous cherchez exactement?
Je n'ai pas bien compris la question.
Vous cherchez le dette, un investissement de dette, ou vous cherchez quelqu'un qui prend un parti de votre société?
Vous me suivez? Je n'ai pas bien suivi la question.
Quelle sorte d'investissement est-ce que vous cherchez? Quel type d'investissement est-ce que vous cherchez? C'est un prêt ou est-ce que c'est un investissement dans la société?
Bon, le 2 parce que jusque-là, nous ne parvenons pas à passer à grande échelle par manque de bailleurs. Mais si nous avons le 2, on sait basculer et voir les stratégies, comment on peut évoluer ensemble. Pourquoi ne pas avoir un contrat gagnant-gagnant ou encore un peu plus que ça.
D'accord. Voilà, si vous
Donc,
pouvez
s'il y
nous
a un
envoyer
bailleur qui
ça,
se présente pour les prêts,
quel est le montant que vous
nous sommes prêts.
cherchez? Quelle sera la
Pardon?
partie? Si vous pouvez envoyer ça sur le chat pour que les investisseurs sachent exactement quel type d'investissement et la part de la société qu'on va avoir si on investit ce montant. Merci beaucoup, Cécile. On va procéder à la prochaine présentation.
Merci.
We'll move on to the next presentation. Thank you very much. A little bit behind schedule, so let's quickly move on. Okay, so we had the first company. Now this was company 2 we had as well. Company 3 we have had. Company, did we have this presentation? I can't even remember. Please remind me if we had this one.
Christian, I think we have Adenike, I believe, is one of the speakers who mentioned that she was unable to unmute herself, but I can do so on her behalf. Christian, is she listed as a speaker?
Which company are you presenting?
I will unmute you now, Adenike. Just one moment, please. Here we go. I think Adenike, you should now be unmuted. Yes.
Okay, good afternoon.
Can you tell me which company it is?
Supermats Limited. Good afternoon. I'm speaking on behalf of Supermats.
Okay, very well.
Okay.
You have some
We're
slides you want to
really
share with us?
Yes, we're really sorry about the network glitch the other time. So
that's fine. The most important thing is you're still here within the time frame. So please go ahead.
So now I want to just pick up from where my co-founder left off. Yeah. So the other time it was talking about the company it started off. Here I want to talk about what the company is about and what we aim to achieve. Please, I'm not sure. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So Supermats Limited started as a result of we started out with trading. We get products from the northern part of Nigeria. Then we bring them down to Lagos to sell. During the course of this transportation and trading with these farmers, we engage them in conversation, and then we noticed that there were some certain things that they were not doing correctly. That is, they were using a lot of fertilizers to grow their product. They were using a lot of GMOs. They were using pesticides, and sometimes they lament that they're not able to make as much that they're supposed to as a result of pests spoiling their produce. So this sprang up something, and then we felt like, okay, what can we do as an individual? What can we do to prefer solution to this problem? The problems being the problems being the excessive use of chemicals and all that. So we came up with this solution to boost the farmers' yield by 20% whilst using 3 times less water, sensors and pipes than the average irrigation system. As we know, the irrigation system can be quite expensive, but then we're still trying to look for ways that we can manage our resources, and at the same time we get something positive out of it. Yeah, so we were seeking to get $150,000 to upgrade our hardware and software and to expand into new markets. The problems that we've highlighted are the unpredictable weather pattern and rainfall due to climate change. We've been having a lot of that here in Nigeria lately, and also we also have lack of resource control. Another problem highlighted was the low yield due to pests, leading to over 40% loss, especially as a result of birds in rice, and also the excessive use of chemicals by farmers so that they can grow. In their defense, they say they have to use a lot of these chemicals because there's no rain and they don't want to. At the end of the year, they don't have anything to show, so they tend to use chemicals so as to manipulate the growth of this year produce. So we came up with this solution. We have this optimized use of water and resources precision technology and IoT to ensure all-round farming. This way, we just tell the farmers to identify a constant source of water in their community. It may be a stream, it might be a well, a place where water just constantly comes out from. Then we plant this our device there, so this gives them water all through the time that they need water and there's no rain. Also, we have this pest control device to increase farmers yield. This device mostly in farms where they have birds coming to disturb their rice and all that. So this once this device is been set up in a way that once it sights any bird, it comes up with this alarm, this noise that scares away the bird. But then we know that over time the birds might get used to this sound. So we want to come up with one that changes the sound over time so that the birds don't get used to this sound. Basically, we want to address the 40% rights loss. We want to increase the irrigation control to from 6.4 to 50%, and also would also like to ensure all year round farming, which we're already doing. Now, this fund that we're requesting, that we're seeking, we would use 60% of it to produce the devices, and then we'll use the other 40% of the fund for research to build our app and the patency. Moving on, we have some things that we hope to achieve. We would like to target institutions, cooperative and individual farmers, because the whole thing, the people that are mostly affected by these problems are the farmers, and also by extension everybody, because when these farmers use these unhealthy chemicals to produce their food and all that, we along the line we consume these things which are very bad for our health, and also by extension they're bad for the ecosystem. So that's why we are really looking forward to create this thing that would give us a solution. Also, we also want to create employment opportunities. That's by training people across the state and countries on how to use these devices and others, so that at least they know that okay, there's a way that we can also do this thing and make something positive come out of it. And also we want to help farmers make more money through increased yield so that it doesn't frustrate their efforts. If they do all of that and then they have nothing to show for it at the end of the day, it's going to definitely frustrate their efforts. So we want to help them to increase their yield all year round. We also want to um sort the issues of food security. That's the food getting spoiled when someone produces something and then he has lost over 40% of it to pests. That way he's going to gain he's going to run at loss. So we want to give a solution to this food security. Over the time that we've been on this, we've tried to
You
get
have
some
one
people.
minute left to conclude, huh? 1 minute left.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Uh,
concluding. We've got some people to partner with us. We've sealed partnership with Seedco, Leventis Foundation, Unilorin, Unilag, and NOAN. These people we've partnered with them because they have this large population of farmers within their community. And also personally, we have a network of 102,000 smallholder farmers in trade. Also, we have two fully developed and tested solutions, and one solution is still in development. Currently, we have a strong team of 8 people working together in order to 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 achieve our dream. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, what investors want to hear is to get a sense of how your company plans to market itself, the cost in terms of acquiring new customers, as well as the long-term value for the customers. So, how do you have an idea of the cost of customer acquisition down in Lagos, given the distance that you have between northern Nigeria and Lagos? And what other kinds of advertising are you doing to get more customers to help you accelerate the scaling of the company?
Yeah, currently the other ways that we try to reach out to other people, we use social media. Also, we use word of mouth, because majority of these farmers that are supposed to come on board might not exactly use social media, while some also use. So we try to use both form of media. We use the social media and we also use words. We try to talk to people. We make sure that we get our words out there in every way that we can. But majorly, I think our strongest point now, we use social media. We do a lot of adverts on our social media platforms, on our Instagram. We have an Instagram page, we have Twitter page, we have LinkedIn, we have Facebook page also, where we put in all of these things, that these values that we offer, and in order to reach our target audience.
Okay, great. So just so everyone knows that we have allocated 8 minutes to each speaker. So if you if you go beyond the 5 minutes that has been allocated to you, that means there will be less time for people to ask questions between the two presentations. So, but there will be another opportunity at the end to answer questions from investors. So I will propose we move on to the next presentation. We have that's so we have the founder of FAE Limited, trained by SME.ng. Mbamo, can you check, because I sent an email to them if they're there? Do we have the founder or anyone from SME.ng with us? Okay, doesn't seem to be the case. So let's move on to.
Christian, otherwise there was a question also in the chat from Collins, I believe, saying that Afrimash is supposed to do a presentation on pitch under Winnovation Hub. I'm not sure. I had a quick look at the program and I didn't see Afrimash in the program. But if there is there still another presenter in the program?
Well, we still have 2 companies left, so we have time for another presentation. So please go ahead with that presentation. Yeah.
In that case, Collins, feel free to unmute yourself, and if you have a presentation ready as well, feel free to share your screen.
Okay, great. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'll try and share my screen.
Yes, in the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah, great. You have it. We can see your screen.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Collins Okeke. I'm here to make a pitch on behalf of Afrimash Company Limited. I'm not the founder of Afrimash. I was point out about my CEO had an emergency with his child and had to rush to the hospital, so I'm doing the pitching instead. So we'll dive right into it because of time. Thank you. In one word, I'll make a bold statement that to understand Afrimash, just think of Amazon. Afrimash is the Amazon of agriculture in Nigeria. And so basically what we do is to connect farmers with inputs efficiently. We are the middle people. So there are over 40 million farmers in Nigeria who have difficulty in accessing farm inputs. By farm inputs, we mean across categories of livestock, equipment, and crops or seedlings. And they might have issues, the farmer in Kaduna have issues with accessing maybe livestock or day-old chicks from the hatchery in Port Harcourt. How do they surmount this problem? That's how Afrimash comes in. By going on afrimash.com, our website, the farmer can simply make an order for what he or she wants, and our in-house logistics would go get and deliver to the farmer across Nigeria. And so, what we have tried to do in ensuring that farmers across Nigeria, 40 million farmers, have access to farming food, is to have our online platform, which is at afrimash.com. If you go to afrimash.com, you'll see the kind of things we do there. We have also developed mobile applications. If you're on Google or Play Store and you go download the Afrimash app, you can download it, but you cannot be able to log in because you need to submit some document before you have access. Of course, we have our inside sales team and call center, who you can call, and they will help you with whatever support you need. And of course, we are developing our field agent program. At the moment, we have about 250 agents whose job is to go into interior spaces to those farmers with the mobile application that they have on their phones, and then make orders on behalf of the farmer to Afrimash and will deliver. We have also developed a USSD code for our agent here, such that if they are unable to access internet to use the mobile app, they can use the USSD code star 2288 star 2 hash, and they will get all they want to their access to farm input. Our traction so far that on our platform, we have over 700 plus verified vendors or suppliers. Since 2016, where we came into being, we have made over 10,000 transactions, delivered more than 600,000 items, farm inputs across the 36 states of Nigeria. We have made $2+ million in sales. At the moment, we have over 20,000 customers and farmers as users on the Afrimash platform, and we have created over 30 plus jobs. Our year-on-year revenue growth is times 2x, that's 200%. And our revenue model is such that we have an average of $10 commission per transaction. And so this means that, an average order value of 82,000, we are making about, 10% of that. Trying to move further, this is the current structure of the kind of, farmers in Nigeria. 50 million farmers, of which 40 million are smallholders, 24 million of the 50 million are raising livestock, and of course 16 million are under the age of 49 years. And in Nigeria today, we have over 93+% GSM coverage, and of course 73% internet penetration. This is looking very good for us because it makes it easier to deploy our USSD code and our mobile app to those spaces where farmers are unable to access farm inputs. Our competitors, more like, in the non-farmer e-commerce space, because we're e-commerce, we have the Jumia, the Alibaba, the Gigi, the Konga in Nigeria. And of course, on the agricultural focus space, we have Poultry Plaza, which focuses on poultry, farmer crowd, which kind of crowd funds for farmers, and Thrive Agric. But Afrimash is in a niche of its own because we are focused across all categories. On our platform, we have more than 3,000 products available that farmers can, have access to, and make their order and receive it quickly. And this is our team where we have our advisory board. As a young startup, we believe in having an advisory board that advises us on strategies to scale and grow in the e-commerce space. And we have Mr. Oluwole Odetayo, who is the CEO of Opac Technologies, has 10 years building tech businesses. We have Trish, who is the CEO of Team. She has 15 years of experience helping businesses grow across the world. We have Yvonne, who has almost 30 years plus. And of course, we have Anna in Ghana, who is the CEO of Shikwiti, a female-led equity platform. And of course, she's also the CEO of NBC Africa. Our in-house management team, of course, this is the co-founder, Dr. Yadehuachu Go. We have our human resource consultant, our chief technology officer, who is helping us build all our platforms, the mobile app and our e-commerce platform. We have our sales consultant, and we have our legal consultant, and of course, our agent network consultant. This agent network is such that as we go down, our key team members, this is me here speaking, This is the head of our partner experience who is in charge of our vendors and suppliers, head of our inside sales, head of our human resource, and of course, head of our logistics and supply. Our support partner over the years include USAID, who gave us a grant to expand the agent network project in 11 states in Nigeria. But as we are seeing successes, we want to then spread it across, the 36 states of Nigeria. GIZ also supported us with a grant in creating the strategy and structure. That's where this consultant and his team comes under, Mr. BC Adeyemi, to create the agent network such that we have agents who go into farming extension and interior spaces, meet with those farmers and help them, access to farm input. Of course, we have Innovation Hub, who has provided us with seed fund and training so far. And of course, this is our financial. What we seek, we're looking at $1 million in impact investment, and we're averaging at a commission of $20. If we can increase our transaction rates from what we reported here currently, our transaction at 10,000 plus in 6 years, over the next year with new expansion and input of human capital, and of course, the expansion of our mobile services, and of course, the agent network project, we believe that we can do 150,000 in transaction at, $20 per transaction. We have a target of about, $3 million in 18 months, which is great for us. And of course, this is our main team. As you can see, we're a group of young people dedicated to agriculture. And our sole aim, the mission of Afrimash, is to make agriculture convenient for every farmer in Nigeria. And so at the moment, this is the agricultural space in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of GDP. This is what agriculture can, give to even Nigeria. And this is the niche currently of $6.4 billion of livestock, poultry, and fish in Nigeria alone. So we believe that by expanding the Afrimash brand, our aim is to expand our agent network project. Our aim is to expand the agent network projects, just not just in the 11 states that the USAID and GIZ funded, because we have the structure, but to expand it across, because mainly it was in the north, to the detriment, it was in the northern, most of the states that were targeted by USAID is in the north. But we are looking that we also have farmers in the south of Nigeria, and so we want to expand to this sector. Additionally, we have developed our NLP, which is the agent app. We want to expand on it by adding more, because at the moment, a mobile app has so much product it can take. But by tweaking it and expanding it, more products can come on the mobile app, as well as using the USSD code. So those three areas are where we are looking at expanding, and we need impact funding such that we are able to reach farmers, the little holder farmer, the female farmer, the young farmer in far places.
Okay,
who do not
Collins,
have.
thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
It was an excellent presentation, very well structured. You provided all of the information that you need as an investor, but as you know, investors, they are also interested in asking questions related to the expected competition on the marketplace, which I think you showcased very well in your presentation. I was struck by seeing that you had Jumia and Alibaba as two of your competitors. Jumia, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the first unicorns on the African market.
Yep.
And Alibaba, everyone knows, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, e-commerce platform. So, compared to that competition, how do you compete with respect to price, features, and performance? Or are there any barriers to entry into this marketplace in addition to an already crowded marketplace?
Okay, thank you for that question. It's not really crowded. I will try to share my screen. What I showed you was the competitors in the non-agri space because they are an e-commerce platform. Jumia is not really focused in the agricultural space, but they're a competitor because they are an e-commerce platform. So what Jumia does is that if someone should ask for a tractor or for a chicken or for a feeder that feeds chicken or for livestock, day-old chicks or poultry, you'll find that Jumia does not do that, right? But they might take that into consideration if they have a lot of orders. But what Afrimash does, such that we are different from Jumia, is we are firmly in the agricultural space. So Jumia is a competitor as an e-commerce platform. Jumia is not a competitor as an agricultural e-commerce platform for us. So in the market that we're in, the people we classify as, real competitors, which I showed. If I can share the slide again, if you give me a minute. So the people who are competitors from what I showed are these people here and here in the agricultural space. But this is focused on poultry, this is focused on crowdfunding for farms, and Thrive Agric is focused on just one sector of the market. Afrimash is the only one in a niche that focuses on agriculture across all sectors of the input supply space, on livestock, on equipment, on seed. And of course, although we still have, people who own shop, who are agro dealers, like the fertilizer dealers, sales agents, or middlemen for those people like Notori, and that's for big this thing. But aside that, not really.
Okay. Thank you so much for that clarification. In the interest of time, we'll move on to the last two presentations very quickly, since time is running. So where do we have it? Here, we're down here. Okay. So the seventh company is another fintech company called She Included, that has been trained by Impact Hub Lagos. Do we have She Included founders with us, even though we're a bit behind schedule?
Yes, Christian.
Yes,
Ifoma Udo
yes,
is
we
from,
do.
she's here.
Okay. Would you want to introduce Impact Hub very briefly, 1 minute before they start the pitch, or shall we start with the pitch straight away?
I don't know if you can hear me, Christian.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
hear
hear
you
me?
well. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Great to be back here. Um, okay. Okay, so today we are having from Impact Hub Lagos two presenters. I'll just introduce them right now in the interest of time. So we have Ifoma Udo from She Included, the fintech addressing financial inclusion in African women, addressing SDGs 5 and 10, represented by Ifoma Udo, the CEO here. We also have coming up next our Day Trading Limited, which is a commodities and agricultural commodities trade house, trading in cocoa and cashew, addressing SDGs 8, 10, and 12, and represented by CEO Charles Eteri. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anita. So we start with She Included, the founder. Please go ahead with the presentation, and hopefully you'll know how to upload the slides.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see my slide?
We hear you very well. We can see your screen, and the slide is coming up. Yes, there is a very nice slide of She Included.
So thank you very much. My name is Ifoma Audio. I'm the founder of a gender-focused company called Shikudad. So first things first, let me present the fact on why you should pay attention to us. According to Harvard Business Review, it shows that women represent a growing emerging market that is bigger than China and India. And when you look at the female income globally, you find out that the female income has grown so much and is expected to be a $20 trillion, get to $27 trillion by 2024. So what does this show? That women, the way that you look at them, they are a big opportunity. But when you look at how finance is being served to them, you find out that there is still a lot of gap. According to World Economic Forum, 80% of women-owned business are either underserved or unserved with credit, and it accounts for a gap of $1.7 trillion. When you look at the data from the CBN from Nigeria, it shows that 1 in 3 women do not trust financial service providers. So, what does this show? Gender neutral financial companies have not catered to women. According to the report, 3 things that exclude women are income, education, and trust. And for us, we've been able to see and to identify those gaps to build a digital bank for women. What is our focus? We're focusing on the 3 things that we identify: education, provide literacy in the way and the manner that women understand it, increase their income by giving them extra capacity to do more, and create a trust. So from the data from the banks, it shows that even the absence of women starts from the application. Many women do not trust that they will be approved for loans, and so they do not apply. So we decided to set up our own tables. Since we started in 2019, we've invested across different sectors for women, from food to security to renewable energy and health. How big is this market? Think about 50% of the population in Africa are women. Think about the fact that 48% of these women are currently running SMEs, either alone or themselves. And what we're targeting is just looking at the women that are banked, and just being able to serve them and provide them financial services. Since we started, we've been able to scale to another African country. Last year, we scaled to December last year, we started a pilot in Malawi. And at this year, we have over 800 women. So our service and our solutions are scalable across Africa. In fact, we get offers from different African countries telling us, come to our country. The banks don't want to give us money. This is just what we look like. We offer, like I said, education, we offer business loans. Our algorithms are specifically built with women in mind. And because women don't have assets and collaterals to be able to access loans, we use other social characteristics that are peculiar, that over time we'll be able to see, that are able to show us what woman is ready and able to get a loan. This is our business model, very clear. We make an interest on loans, we charge for land, and other transactions that we've seen based on just working with women, from health insurance to just charging transactions fee across the act. We see very good opportunity to monetize in the future. Our growth strategy has been very, very simple. We've gone and we've worked with partners that are established, and we've said, hi, let's provide the women in your community extra capacity. That has worked for us across agro commodity trading. We worked with one of the biggest agro commodity trading in Nigeria to drive inclusion for women in agro commodity trading. And we were able to sponsor a number of women first time to into that. We work with e-commerce firms that retail and supply to low-scale retailers who are mainly women, and we provide them loans, and transport companies. So through collaborations, we get the best candidates and we supply them. We also want to make our app more sticky by just making it, providing sort of like a social network where women can leverage and talk about business and different things together. And then build more targeted products and communications that are tailored at women. Our competitive advantage, like I mentioned earlier, is that our access to, first of all, we notice that women like to be served financial services by people that understand them, and that gives us an edge. Our access to credit, our algorithms are a bit different. We understand sectors that women play that sounds like hobby, from being a stylist to us having a business on social media. We've gotten data from them and we've been able to identify them and build on it. In terms of literacy, we're very, very big on literacy because we find that most women, to change their life, they need the knowledge at first to start. We're engaged, and over time, we're looking at investment options and just ways to actually get more women involved and fall in love with growing their money. Since we started um, since 2020, we've grown
1 minute left, huh? 1 minute
We've
left.
grown,
Yeah.
we've grown our revenue, and this is what we've done. We've disbursed over $1 million in loans. And investing in women, for me, this has been the biggest part for me, is that impact is a given. This is one of our customers. We gave her a loan of $300, and today she's the biggest NFT artist, one of the biggest NFT artists, and she's just 19. So this is what we plan to use the funds for, and this is how to reach us. Thank you very much.
Wow. Great presentation, great product, great solution. Anyone just as excited about this solution as I am, so please ask 1 or 2 questions. for any questions.
Yes. Hi,
Go ahead, David.
Ifoma. I want to echo what Christian just said. A very nice presentation, so thank you for that. Yeah, I'm here representing Entness as well, and actually we have an interesting program for specific SDG initiatives. So maybe could you explain a little bit also about what, be specific, please, about what kind of support you'd be looking to receive now. I mean, you mentioned a little bit about the things you want to do improvement, but is there any specific kind of support that you'd be looking for that's not cash?
So we want to be able to work with, I mean, you said something about M-Pesa. We're looking to go into other African countries. So just being able to have partnership with those that are in that market and just being able to offer our services or provide them insights to their female clients is good news for us. Also for us, just being able to do introductions to development banks and just different people that are interested in the things that we're interested in will also be good for us.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. I'd love to connect with you also after the event. I think maybe there's something we can discuss further about.
Yay, thank you. So I'll just drop my email then.
Yeah. Also, one of my colleagues from the fund that we have, he's not with us today, so he will follow up on a bilateral basis. So fantastic. Let's move on. We still have 2 more presentations, and we are 15 minutes behind schedule. So the second last company is called Day Trading Limited, as was just introduced by Anita from Impact Hub Lagos. So please go ahead with your presentation. We can't hear you. At least I can't hear you.
Yes, Charles, you're on mute. In the top, if you move, in the top, exactly that one to unmute, not the little arrow, but the button itself, exactly right there. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you
Yes,
hear
we
me?
can. Yes, we can hear you, and we can see your screen as well. Thank you.
All right. Excellent. All right. So my name is Charles Ateri, and I'm representing Day Trading Limited. I'm a co-founder, and we started this company in May 2015. And we started the company to, first of all, understand the local Nigerian commodities business, first of all. So we spend most of our time supplying exporters. But our major goal was to become an exporter ourselves. And by 2016, we started exporting cocoa and cashew nuts by ourselves. And we are hoping to significantly boost our trading volumes and become a well-diversified agro-commodities company playing in the agro space from Africa. To talk about the problem, first of all, I think we need to talk about the value chain itself. We are exporters, so our job is to buy the goods from farmers, aggregates the goods, and then and these are all up-country operations. So these are operations that are carried out closer to the farms. All right. Then from there, we go into primary processing, which occurs in our warehouse in Lagos, and then exports. Okay, so there are 4 different 4 aspects to the value chain. The first part of it, the value chain, is the farmers, and what problems are we trying to solve with the farmers? So the first thing is that there's a high cost of land in Nigeria and high cost of agricultural land in Nigeria. So that means that farmers are limited to having small plots of land. And cocoa is a land intensive commodity. So they find themselves having to produce 1 ton within 1 acre of land space, which is not very optimal for the market as a whole. One more thing is that in the past, in the early 70s, Nigeria was one of the major cocoa exporters, and then we lost that after we got rid of the Nigerian Cocoa Board. And after we lost that, there was a problem with standards and quality in the market because the farmers basically had no incentive to follow specific rules and guidelines to pertaining to the planting, growing, and harvesting of cocoa. And so there are a myriad of problems come from this. Farmers have limited access to land. They have limited capacity to grow cocoa, and because of those limitations, they are mostly poor, and that feeds a cycle of compromise in the area of inputs and fertilizers and processes. Infrastructure is also a problem with farmers because they struggle to be able to get the goods to the marketplace, and all of this add to the cost of cocoa. All right. So now under the aggregators, and remember that the aggregators are close to the farmers, so all of this happens in the upcountry. And the problem with the aggregators is that because there's very little control over the farmers in terms of their practices. They have little control over the quality of the goods that they are meant to aggregate. And then there's a high cost of warehousing and a high cost of transportation. So going from there, the next stage is primary processing. So we basically get the crops from the farmers, we aggregate them, and then we send them straight into our warehouse for primary processing. And primary processing just involves hand picking the cocoa, drying them, and making sure that they meet the FCC, the Federation of Cocoa Commerce rules on cocoa standards that is being exported. Now, the problem in this part of the value chain with the primary processors and the exporters is that we're affected by the fact that there's low quality in the products and volumes, and then there's a high cost of logistics. So what's the solution? All right. So we've established that there's inconsistent standards, there's poor infrastructure. But there's one thing about Nigerian cocoa is that it's a niche market, and the Nigerian cocoa has a specific aroma and sense that cocoa.
Just to let you know, you have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left of the presentation.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
So our idea is to get a situation whereby the farmers and we create a mentoring system or a monitoring system amongst our farmers so that we're able to control their activities in terms of keeping in line with standards and processes. All right, and then we also stable trucks and other infrastructure, warehousing to be close to the farmers so that they can get their goods closely into the warehouse. Now, there are three factors when it comes to impact. There are three factors here: there's traceability, transparency, and trust. And these are the three factors that boost revenue that we hope to transfer to the farmers. Now, traceability is our ability to know where the cocoa is coming from. Transparency is about knowing, having a very transparent way for every stakeholder in the market to know where the cocoa is coming from, and the trust between all parties. Now, with our partnership, our existing partnership with Farmer Connect, a company called Farmer Connect and TRC, we have been able to create a situation whereby we can get the traceability, transparency, and trust going so that we can increase revenue in terms of what we get from the buyers per tonnage of cocoa, and then transfer through blockchain technology, transfer those extra revenues to the farmers. One more thing that we're trying to do is to target women farmers, because most of the male farmers have wives at home who are farmers themselves, and we're going to be encouraging intercropping practices whereby in and around the cocoa farms the women can plant food crops like coconuts and plantains to boost their income. Just some details about the market. So the amount of cocoa consumed annually globally is about 5 million metric tons. And then the cocoa produced from Africa is about 4 million metric tons. So we produce about 80% of the market. But Nigeria produces just 350,000 metric tons. And our market share is just about 7%. Now, what we're trying to do is to increase our market share, not just by share volumes, but by improving quality standards, because we've identified a way to increase our revenues through traceability, and by ensuring that all our goods are not from child labor areas.
Okay,
Or
sorry. You really need to conclude now because we are very much behind the schedule. So if you can just come to
yeah.
the what are
So
you looking to obtain today? What are you looking for?
So we're looking for $10 million in investing and
Hmm.
for $10 million in capital to help to increase our capacity and to help us to further diversify as a cocoa as a cocoa and agro commodities exporter. We feel like we believe an average price we'll be able to sell our goods at every price of $2,000 per metric tons, and that in the next 4 to 5 years, we'll be able to boost our revenues to about $70 million.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, so that was very interesting what you're doing. I'm a member of an advisory board for a company called Access Impact, and we're
Okay.
very interested in that blockchain technology. So please reach out to me. We'll talk again bilaterally to see how we can maybe onboard this project on our platform, which will
Sure.
facilitate access to impact investors interested in this kind of traceability and trust that you're establishing. I'm afraid
Okay.
there's not enough time to ask any questions because we're really behind schedule. But thank you very much for that presentation. I
Thank
think
you.
we have one last presentation left before we conclude. Let's see. So we are now with the company from Tanzania. Eric, are you there to introduce a company with the founder?
What was it? Let me look.
Mr. Crispin, are you there? I know we are very behind schedule, but I hope you're still there.
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Good evening, everyone. So, because of time, I would like to quickly introduce Cecil Singawala. He's doing recycling and the reuse of clothes to create some useful bags and sells them to different people groups and tourists in Tanzania. So he's on environmental conservation industry or sector. So we have been with him on our accelerator for 2 years. So he's now doing it, and he would like to share for the interest of investors. So let me welcome him for the pitch directly.
Yes, and
Karibu
sorry,
Cecil.
before we hand over to Cecil, just 1 second. Charles, we're still seeing your screen. If I can please ask you to stop sharing your screen, and then we can. There we go. Thank you very much, Charles. Sorry, over to you, Cecil.
Are you on mute, Cecil? You on mute? Please unmute yourself, Cecil.
No, we cannot hear you, Cecil. Nope. I see you don't have the mute icon, so I think it's just that your device is not capturing your audio. Yes, no, we cannot hear you, unfortunately.
Eric, is there any way by which you could present on behalf of Cecil if you have his presentation?
Okay, let me see if I can quickly. Okay. I'm sorry that his presentation is not working. So I can just do it quickly because of time.
If you have it,
And if
otherwise I can upload it if you don't have it. But if you have it, please upload the presentation and you can present on his behalf.
if you can upload, please, because I'm using a device which I cannot upload.
Okay. So Tanzania. Okay. So it's here. could open up. Come on.
Otherwise, maybe you can just listen.
Yeah, you can go ahead with the presentation. I'm uploading it now. Voilà. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. So, Cecily found. Cecily, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Please continue.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Please continue.
All right, my name is Cecily Sagawara. Well, I'm from Tanzania and mainly in Zanzibar and Dar es Salaam. So I've been here to pitch. My venture is named the Remade Tanzania Limited. I'm using my mobile iPhone. I'm not sure if I can share my.
No.
Yes.
We can see the screen. I have uploaded your presentation, so go ahead.
Okay, thank you
It's
very much.
slide
So
one.
my.
Just
Okay, thank you. My venture is named the Remade Textile Use and Cycling. So we actually have this problem at household or in life. So we are having clauses which are useless. You can take a look of this picture. You can have a picture of what I'm trying to make you have an understanding. That we have clauses in our household which are useless due to different reasons. Maybe you can go to the next one. So we have different reasons which make us to have useless clauses. Textile waste is from household, tailoring sites, and everywhere. One of them is fashion change. Fashion is changing every day, and every day we are admiring more clothes. This brings biasness of clothes. So we end up having clothes at the household which are useless. Another reason is body size. Due to different reasons, our size are changing. We may be fat today, tomorrow may be thinner or maybe more fatter. So the clothes which have been using previous are being useless and left at home. Another one is lights, and another one we have these clothes dealers a burden of second-hand clauses which are coming from developing countries. So all of these are summing up to this problem of useless clothes to our households. Next one, please. So this lies to the problem. According to the Tanzania Bureau of Statistics, have been estimated that there is 80 to 90% of solid waste in related urban areas. That means Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar, so the main cities in Tanzania. And only 60% of these solid waste are generated, are being dumped, decomposed, collected effectively. And this have been estimated that this is going to be doubling up to 4,600 tons in 2017, and up to now we can project the amount to be more and more, up to triple amounts, up to 12 tons in 2025. Now we are 2022. So we can see through the pictures, you have the burden of causes from the household to the landfills and from tailoring site and everywhere. So this is a problem. Next one. So we sat down with my team and we tried to have a solution of the problem. And we came up to the solution that we can remedify these textile wastes to the usable products. So that's why we came up to, next one please. So that's why we came up to this remade textile reuse and recycling company. So what we actually doing, we are trying to collect the clothes just before they be dumped. So like we have to motivate people to give their clothes before they are deciding to dump them. So we use through social media to motivate donations of the clothes, and also we are going to the secondary clothes to get the clothes which are not on sale. Some clothes are coming with no shape, no size of anyone. So we are creating them, and number one we are doing is reusing, and we are producing product A. Number one product A is we are using those pieces of clothes like jeans everywhere. We are making bags. You're going to see them next pictures. And those bags, we are reselling them. So we are adding value from the useless clothes and we are reselling them. And we are adding more, to add value, we are adding some ankara, which is very, very favorable in Africa. We have ankara on top of those jeans or toned clothes to make it valuable. And the where I'm staying in Zanzibar is we have high value, high market of these Ankara products which are being added from the torn clothes. And next stage is we have still the remains of these clothes, the pieces from the tailoring. So we are going to the next stage of recycling. So the recycling process need huge amount of machines which you don't have right now. So right now we only manage product A of upcycling, but we cannot do recycling because of machine. But we are aiming to have a machine which can do recycling, and we can turn these clothes back to their thread. They are made of thread, small thread, so we can turn them back to thread, wave those thread, the thread, and resell them to the garment industries. So coming to the next one, please. So these are some of the products which are being made: bags, necklaces, shawls, tool holders, covering, fashioning. So you can see these are bags made from the jeans which you are deciding to give your young bro, but you may not use or dump it, or you may dump yourself. So we are adding value and make the bags. Next one, please. So on the recycling part, I'm just trying to show you, this is not our industry, but I'm trying to show you the processing which have been done by developing countries in India. So we are aiming to have such kind of machines where we can separate the clothes materials of the clothes according to their nature, and recycle them to make the street, and we can resell them back to make more products like apron, everything like curtains. So we can sell the street, or we can weave again to make ourselves new product, which we don't have that technology right now. My team, I'm the one who founded the company, and I'm a CEO right now. I have been graduated Bachelor of Environmental Science and Management at the university, and I'm working with a team of tailors right now. I have 3 tailors in Dar es Salaam, and where I am right now in Zanzibar, Tanzania. I have 2 tailors which are working, and I have a mentor. It's called Churchill. You can see from the picture. Next one, please. So we are doing selling marketing through social media, mainly in Tanzania, where I'm selling right now. People are in social media so much more than e-commerce, and we are selling more in social media than even physical. So we are selling through social media called Limit.tz, Limit Tanzania in short, and also we are trying to have the material from the donation by using our another page, Limit Textile Donation, but we also have Facebook, Twitter, and we have LinkedIn right now, and we are going to exhibitions which are done in Zanzibar every weekends, end of the month, and also some special events in Dar es Salaam and Tanzania. Next one. So revenue projection, it may be not be seen very well, but it has been starting from the July of the month last year, and you can see we have been selling bags, but we are aiming to have maximum projection once we are having our acts which are going to acts, which we are going to maximize our profile at a very high rates if we manage to get the fund. Next one. So revenue model, I can explain it from the imagination. Like we need of 16 millions to make a profit of 30 million per month. That is Tanzanian shillings, which is approximately in US dollars. It's about 6,000 US dollars up to 8,000 US dollars up to make 15,000 US dollars a month potentially. And I have 5 tailors. Each one will be making 50 bags in a week, and that is just making a summation of the backpack. That is, if you go along the projection, we are going to sum up to make bags to make more than 1,000 bags in a month in a month. So that makes us to have 30 million in just 1 month. And here in Zanzibar, we have wazungus, we have people from different states. They are coming here every day. Every day we get new customers. And
Okay, 1 minute to conclude. 1 minute to conclude.
yeah, and we're looking forward to have this fund so as we can have a shop at a very busy town, so as we can sell this product. Next one. So this is financial forecasting I've been explaining. So we are going to use this amount of specified amount at the different stages. Like we need transportation, so as we can get materials from the second closes and different donations, so as we can collect the closes for free. But we need transportation. People cannot just pay for that. And more on processing and also on marketing as specified. Next one. So the progress is the history of success. Uh, People have been recognized the project. Some of them are a private company like Koi is recognizing my project, and they have been trying to fund it, which amount of $1,000. And also people have been advertising the project through different magazines like the Citizen magazine, Recycling Fabrics Environment. I've been also won some of the awards, and also I've been exhibiting at different places. So that means people have already welcome
welcoming the project with high engagement. So
Okay.
it closely forever, and thanks for listening. And it is a fresh start, and I got a long way to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I'm very happy to see that the recycling or the circular economy has also taken off in Tanzania. It's a very big thing here in Switzerland and Europe, so I think it has great potential, and you might want to reconsider restructuring your business model to be a bit more ambitious in terms of the scalability of your forecast. We have no more time, and also I'm happy to see that Covi, I used to work for Covi more than 15 years ago. So, and circular economy is also very big in Denmark. We'll jump. Have we gone through all of the companies now? There was SME NG that did not appear. So I think if that's the case, we'll just go into quickly the Q&A if there's anyone that has any questions.
I would like to take just maybe a moment also to first of all actually thank all of the presenters. I have to say I'm quite impressed with a lot of the presentations that we've seen here today, and thank you also then for to Christian for setting this up. I would like to take a moment here exactly to say that a few words about Antnest. I do see that a lot of you are not yet in Antnest. As mentioned, we are the platform then that is now hosting this event. Antnest in general is a professional digital platform for the entrepreneurship ecosystem. We are focused on 3 key pillars. The first being invite only. So you must receive an invitation to create an account in Antnest. And this means that everybody in Antnest has been invited by another member and are all trusted and relevant people. The second is the concept of all-in-one toolbox. So we have events, we have groups, we have video calling, as you can see. We have space booking, we have a smart matching algorithm. So we really are able to provide you as entrepreneurs with a lot of unique different value points all in the same place. And finally, our third value proposition is the concept of being a network of networks. So while not only working with the entrepreneurs themselves, we also are looking to work with incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, investors, governments, universities, etc., which of course is also valuable for you as founders. So I would like to add my invitation link here in the chat. So if you are not yet in Antnest, please have a look at the chat. There's a link there at the bottom. It is a free profile creation with this invitation link. And I have reached out to some of you already. But if you'd like to learn more about either Antnest as a whole or the SDG grant program that we have, then please join Antnest and send me a message so that we can discuss whether or not the Antnest SDG grant program can be valuable for you and your company. Thank you.
Okay, David, maybe since we do not have enough time to continue on the Q&A, maybe you can just add what is the advantages of Antnest compared to Zoom in terms of how the entrepreneurs and the founders can continue the exchange with the investors after the call.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Christian. Very, very important question there. The differences, right, to competitors. So with Zoom, had we been using Zoom for this call, the moment this call would end, that would be it, right? You would have no further ability to stay in touch with the participants of this call. Since this is hosted on Antnest, if you are an Antnest member, you'll be able to find this event within Antnest, and you'll be able to see all of the participants that were in this event. And you'll be able to reach out to them and send them a message and have a conversation to continue the conversation thereafter. So Zoom is just a video calling tool, whereas Antnest has a video calling tool, but is also a networking platform like LinkedIn. So in a way, Antnest combines Zoom, LinkedIn, Slack, Discord, email, and all of those things really focused on entrepreneurship. So yeah, we're very excited about the presentations that we're seeing here today, and we do believe that we can help, and we want to help. Our mission is to improve the impact and success of entrepreneurs everywhere. So again, please, if you're interested, I look forward to receiving messages from you within Antnest about how we can help you.
Yeah, thank you so much, David. And thank you to all of our excellent, innovative entrepreneurs from Nigeria, from Cape Verde, from Tanzania. It was really exciting to hear about. There was a few companies, even from my own venture capital fund, that will take a closer look at your solutions and get back to you on a bilateral basis. The next event, next quarter, we start our Ghana Impact Investing Circle series, which will feature 3 events as we did with Nigeria and as we've done with Ghana last year, Tanzania last year, and Zambia. And last but not least, we would like to thank all of you who participated, the speakers, the listeners, the attendees, the investors. This event will be uploaded shortly on 4P Groups and the Swiss Impact Investing Association's YouTube channels. For those of you who wish to watch the presentations again, please do share the recording with your Impact Investor network. For today's e-pitching event, we have invited all the leading investment funds targeting emerging and frontier markets with a development focus. Evidently, as you've seen, all of them are not present in real time, but we want to reassure all of the companies pitching today that we will share your pitch with all of the investors in our network that received the invitation today. Should any of the investors present or subsequently watching the YouTube recording wish to further engage with the organizers, that is the market enablers, or the companies pitching today, please do reach out directly to us using the contact details above. Or if you are registered as a member of the Antnest platform, you will get a list of all of the participants with their needs and their offers. All that remains to say is to wish you a happy, healthy, and most importantly, a successful future with your company and the scaling up your company. And hopefully this event has contributed to finding an investor who will help you scale your company. And we look forward to meeting you again at our next event at the 4th edition of the Impact Investor Circle series, which I just said will be devoted to the impact investing ecosystem in Ghana. So have a nice evening and all the best until we meet again.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a nice evening.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Christian, remember to stop the recording before you end as well to make sure that the recording gets saved.
So it was a big
Yes.
challenge to have 10. Well, we ended up having 9 companies pitching. So we went 30 minutes beyond the schedule. So it's a big challenge. I think one thing we'll do next time is that we'll take control of the PowerPoint so we don't waste time when we go from one presentation.
I was going to suggest the same thing as well. And I think also part of the problems was it was very short notice just before the event. So I think also for next time, if we have all the information earlier, I think we'll have the ability to make sure that the presenters are there and presenters are ready. But I do think also if everybody shares their presentations in advance, then maybe you can just go through all the slides basically, or even Chiara perhaps, or whoever you'd like to from our side.
Sure.
Great. Yeah, so make sure then to stop the